What's poppin', y'all? We back for the first time in a long time. It's been a minute since I've been on here. Thank y'all for holding tight and having your seatbelts ready because we about to go on a long journey that's gonna be well fulfilled. So get your popcorn, candy, sweets, whatever you need. And we about to do this thing. Of course, I'm DeAndre. We here covering the challenge, All Stars 4 in the building. We covering episodes 1 and 2. Uh, whoever I have a special guest joining me on this long journey. Miss Bree Dots in the building. Y'all make
What
sure to
up, what
follow
up?
her. Bree, what's popping on? What's popping right now?
I'm chilling. I'm excited to get into this. I'm a sucker for a good reality show, especially the challenge. So I'm ready to talk. Let's
Yeah,
chat.
we doing the co-host thing right now. We finna have it cracking and telling y'all what's really going down because a lot of people don't see people watch this kind of just see what's going on for what it is. But there's more things that's going on behind the scenes that you might not see.
hmm
And what's your overall consensus on the first two episodes before we get into it?
Honestly, I thought they were really good. Second episode, definitely pretty messy. So I'm excited to talk about that one a little bit. But I mean, I love a good like OG All Star season. I feel like it brings back to like the old challenge days. So I really like them. What did you think?
It was good. There was a few things I was kind of like about, but for the most part, I give it like a 9 out of 10. It was definitely refreshing. It was good to see some old new faces
Yeah,
and some newer faces that we haven't seen in a while. So it was a nice mix. I like the mix up.
me
I think
too.
All Star is a loose term to where it doesn't need to be like if you've done it 10, 15 years ago. It can be if you've taken a break or haven't been on in a few seasons or whatnot. So when did you start watching the challenge?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's definitely been over like 10 years, like probably since like high school, maybe even middle school, which is kind of bad. I probably shouldn't have been watching that, but I've just always been watching reality TV. So that was honestly, I think, one of the first shows that I started watching. So it's nice to see some familiar faces because it kind of gets like repetitive seeing the same cast over and over again, and you want to spice it up. So I like that there's new people.
Yep, yep. So my first season was the Fresh Meat season 1. That was the first season I
Oh, okay.
actively watched. I watched like like it was on on TV and you see it
Yeah.
here and there, but that was the first one I actually sat down and watched it, and that kind of got me enamored into it.
hmm
So there's a couple people. There's one person on the show that debuted that season who's kind of forgettable, but is Ryan per se.
hmm hmm
What was your first season
Oh God. I don't
that
even
you
remember.
remember specifically?
I don't even know, honestly. I remember just like watching it here and there. My first season, I don't know. I think maybe Fresh Meat. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a hot minute, but definitely Bananas and West was on there, whatever season that was, but they've been on a lot, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, they've been on a lot. We ain't gotten them on. This is one of the few times that neither one of them is on, which is kind of it's refreshing. I'd say. I
It
mean,
is.
I don't mind watching them, but sometimes I just
I
get
feel like
tired of
you
watching.
know what to expect when it comes to like Wes and Bananas, so it's nice to see like players we haven't seen in a hot minute to spice things up. So it's exciting.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, we gonna get into it. So we start out with the first episode. We gonna, also, like I said earlier, covering episodes 1 and 2 real quick. But yeah, we started going to South Africa. I like South Africa.
Me
I didn't even know they were
too.
in South Africa. Like I
I
had
didn't
no
even, they didn't
idea.
even say it until
They
I
didn't
heard.
say it.
No,
I was just
but
like, what is going on?
that's dope. I like that.
That is lit. And we get they get the whole cast in this like the winery field it looked like.
hmm
And TJ coming up in the BMX bike, that was lit. I don't think he's ever done that. I don't think he's done that in a long time.
No, that's why
He
it
never
was so iconic. I'm like, okay, TJ. I love TJ. He's the
Yeah,
best.
TJ's cool. TJ's one of the best parts of the show.
He is.
But he comes up and we get from some of the characters introduced. I thought they were throwing a lot of shade. Production was with the introductions, but they start with Leroy and Cam, the main two people of the show. It seems like,
My
and
faves.
yeah, Leroy and Cam, we rooting for them. Go
hmm
team, Cam Roy.
hmm
Um, they just
I
had a
was,
baby.
yeah, I was shocked to see Leroy back because he said that he retired. So I was like, oh snap! All right, he's back on our screens. So I was
Yeah,
excited to see that.
yeah, Leroy. I think he needs some. I mean, baby's expensive.
Mhm.
So it's like,
Exactly.
I, look, I think they're letting them actually have a little bit more free reign for this season, just
Mhm.
because I think I heard through the grapevine that their baby is there too. I could be mistaken
Oh,
because you said seemed she was breastfeeding. She said she was breastfeeding,
yeah, that's true.
and so I'm thinking like there's like the baby can't be that old,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I
Oh,
can't
that's
picture
pretty
them leaving
cool.
it. Yeah, so and then I know somebody has a vape is vaping on the show too. So
Who who is it?
Laura,
Oh, really? I'm not surprised. She's
well, it
a
was in the
her
background scene. You
smells
could
work
yeah, it was a background scene that I caught it, and I was like, oh, like so they're giving them
They're
like
chill. It's chill.
yeah, it's real chill, which kind of
That's
should be. I mean, I
yeah,
get they got to take away the electronics and all that stuff, but times change, times
yeah.
change. But yeah, shout out Leroy and Cam. We rooting for them to go all the way and take home the money. Well,
Mhm.
I am at least.
Me too.
I assume you two are.
Yeah.
Then we get Tony popping up. Who he said,
Oh,
look,
Tony.
Tony, I remember watching. He was one of the last Real World seasons I watched.
Me too.
Biggest fan of Tony because that's when it was dying. The show was,
Yeah.
I think it
Mhm.
was Skeletons,
Yeah.
Skeleton,
Mhm.
and he was a hothead on the show. Like, and then on the challenge, has been a mess for the most part. Um,
Very messy.
they
But
want. I feel like they wanted him to be the face of the show, but
mhm.
it just didn't happen.
He was too much of a hothead.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was just, like, like, things with his, like, relationship, like, things got messy like that, but I'm happy he took a break, and now it seems like he's grown a lot and he's matured. I mean, so far that we've seen, but I mean, so far he seems more, like, really invested in his family and everything like that, so
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him back, honestly.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing Tony back. I think the Tony time is a little overrated. I think
Yeah, that's kind of annoying, like, okay, we get it, Tony.
yeah, he hasn't done nothing to have kind of like a moniker to that point, I think. But I mean, he's not a bad dude. I think it's crazy that he got a 5-year engagement though.
Me too, I'm like, poor Alyssa, I'm like, "Girl, 5 years? Come on now."
Damn,
That's
5 years.
crazy. That's
Having
insane.
engagement anniversaries only.
I'm sorry, it could not be me. No, thank you.
So what's too long of an engagement for you?
Like, 2, 3 years?
3 years?
3 year I feel like that's pretty long.
Okay, yeah, that is kind of
What do
long.
you think? Because you 'Cause you're together
I
with
think two
someone for,
years.
like, a
Yeah.
few years, and then you should get engaged. I think, like, 1 to 2 years. That's my personal like, 1 to 2 years of getting
Yeah,
engaged. That's a good
two
time frame.
max. Two
Yeah.
is max because at the
Yeah, but
wedding, people ain't gonna
5
recognize you. No,
yeah, 5 is crazy, though.
that's crazy. I'm like Tony, come on now. You need the money bad, I guess.
I know. Let's see if
You
he
know,
wins.
we'll see. Nicole pops up. Not a big fan of Nicole. She kind of just,
I'm
eh,
not a fan. I'm sorry. Sorry,
yeah.
Nicole.
Yeah, sorry, Nicole. Like, you just rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, Nicole, with all the antics. And I watched you on Skeletons, and I wasn't a big fan of you on the show.
Same.
But
I don't really know what it is about her. I think it's her personality. I don't know.
it's a little much. She's a little much.
She's a little cocky,
Um,
I think.
yeah,
And
but
not a fan.
yeah, we'll see if if you can change my
Yeah,
perspective this time.
yeah,
She
me
hasn't
too.
been around a while, so we'll
That's true.
see if time, grows fonder on the heart, as they say.
Mhm.
We get Rachel popping up. Rachel, I'm all right with Rachel. I don't have any strong opinions.
Yeah, me too. Rachel's
She's
just she's there.
she's just there. Yeah, she's not like a bad person. She's not like the greatest person, like not greatest person, but greatest person I want to root for ever.
Yeah,
If she wins, great. If she loses, oh well.
yeah,
She does her
exactly.
little workout program, so but she's one of the best players best women to ever play. I will say
I,
that.
I was gonna say I feel like I can see her going really far in this game, so I'm excited to see her play. But personality wise and like how she interacts with other competitors, I don't know how that's gonna be really. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm kind of indifferent with her.
yeah, she got kind of that say you working at your job, your entry level job when you get out of college, and she seems like the manager type.
Mm,
She ain't taking no mess, and she looking at you like with a stern
yeah.
face, and like that's not right.
Hmm.
That's the vibe she kind of gives me.
I see that.
And it's funny because TJ comes out and he says what's up, Leroy Cam? How's Kingston, the son? And they didn't say nothing about her kid.
I know.
I was so
I feel like because Cam and Leroy are that power couple, and he doesn't care about anyone else. And I kind of
yeah, he
agree.
couldn't shout out nobody else's kids. At least they
Yeah.
didn't show it. I mean, they probably he might have, but
Is did Rachel marry someone from the challenge?
no, she didn't
Oh,
marry. Well,
that's
that might
probably
be
why.
okay.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
like a
but
full circle moment because like Cam and Leroy met on the show. I don't know.
I don't know. They trying to rebrand now since Leroy came in with that little statement he had before about the challenge, and now they
Mm,
trying
they're trying to make him look good again.
exactly, yeah, trying to welcome him back with open arms because they want him to come back, I guess.
Hmm.
But yeah, then they show Kara, who I'm a big fan of. I was a big fan of Kara, then I didn't like her for a while, and now I like her again. So
Me
her
too.
absence did grow fonder on my soul.
Me too. She's always going to be that girl. I mean, she's a huge competitor. She's a beast. Like I agree with you. There was a point where I couldn't really stand her, but I like her again, and I feel like I don't know. She effortlessly like does so well. Like I feel like she doesn't even have to try. So I'm like, all right, you go, girl. I'm a
Yeah,
fan.
she deserves to be back, and she didn't deserve to get. I think it was good for her to take a little break, but I think she should have been back a while ago.
Yeah.
So
Good to see her
we'll
on her
see.
screens.
Yeah,
And
she's
she
ready
always
to pull
brings a
up.
little drama too.
Oh yeah, she
We
knows
like.
how to. She brings it all: the competitiveness, the
Mhm.
drama, everything. She's the full package. That's why I think she should have pretty much never left for too long.
Yeah.
So there's not too many people who can do all those things, and she's
Mhm.
definitely one of them.
Yeah.
So then we get Tyree, and Tyree was one of the first Real World seasons I watched, Real World
Oh,
Denver.
okay.
He look, I don't hate. I like Tyree as a person.
Mhm.
Better in the show, he's not. He ain't been good at all.
That's kind of
He's a
surprising. You would think like super athletic. I mean, just off like first glance, like physical appearance
yeah.
wise. But I mean, I didn't watch him. I haven't seen him in any episode, so I don't really know much about him. But
Oh, you
I
haven't seen Tyree?
know. So that was the first I've ever seen him. So I didn't
Really?
really know what to expect from him. Yeah,
Well, he
that I
was
can
always the first or
remember.
second one out. So yeah,
Mm, poor
he's
guy.
been on like 2 seasons, I think, and he's always the first or second one out. I remember he was in a competition to where he used to play football, and
Mm.
they did a elimination with football pads on, and he lost it.
Oh, that's sad. I wonder if he like really gets nervous under pressure or something. But I mean, if you're a football player, you know how to perform under pressure. So I don't know.
I don't know. He loses it in the moment. He wants it a lot, man. Tyree, he at the end of the episode, he was real, lubed up, looking like a Bill Lack marshmallow.
Yeah. Poor guy.
But he's a good dude. He just has horrible, horrible, horrible luck on the show. I think,
Yeah.
the show requires a lot of cardio, and that's his very weak point,
Mhm.
and it's not doing him no justice. But, shout out Tyree,
Shut
repping it
up.
for the brothers out there.
Mhm.
But Tyree says he's running with Brandon, Leroy, Cam, and Jasmine, kinda. He said all the black people together subliminally.
I love that though.
It was cool. It was cool. A little, they didn't announce it. They just said it in
Yeah.
the confessionals. It was like a sub
Unspoken.
cookout plot going on.
Yeah. I
It was,
respect
that was funny though. I was cracking up because then
that.
Cam and Leroy with Ayana too. So
Mhm.
that whole alliance is like, I don't think they want to announce it like as a black alliance because
Yeah.
the the metrics of that. What do you think of the alliance?
I think it's like an unspoken thing, which I think that's fair. I like that idea too, to be honest. Like look out for each other type thing. So I'm here for it. What do you think?
I'm down. I'm down for the cause, man. I'm
Mhm.
gonna see it. We ain't had a brother win the show in a very, 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 very long time.
Mhm.
Oh, I guess if you count the challenge, CBS challenge,
Oh,
Danny
mhm.
won that challenge. So
Mhm. That's true.
besides that, it ain't happening. It ain't happening in a minute. So
Yeah. We need one.
we need one. Um, I mean, shoot, even Asian people winning the challenge more than brothers in that. Shoot.
Right?
So we get Derek. Derek.
Derek is kind of
Derek.
he's kind
That's
of
right. Derek,
forgettable.
little Derek. So
Oh
Derek
yeah.
was Real World Cancun. Uh,
Mm,
he did it he said he's with Jasmine and Ryan.
mhm.
Jasmine did Real in Cancun, and them three.
I
I'm
don't
not
really
gonna
have
put
an
nothing
opinion.
past, huh?
I don't really have an opinion on them.
Yeah, they're just kind of there right now. Like
Yeah.
we'll see. The first two episodes they didn't really do much. Like
Mhm.
they just were invisible. I mean, they weren't as visible as one person,
Mhm.
Ace. I forgot he was on the show. I literally
Yeah.
forgot he was on the show.
Mhm. Yeah, a lot of people, but also it's still the beginning, so hopefully we'll get, like, a little storyline moment through the next few
Hmm.
episodes, so we'll see.
Yep. Then we get Jasmine says she's here for her divorce party. Shout out to Jasmine getting a divorce.
That was
Uh,
funny. Shout out.
newly single. And Jay, who had the worst exit in challenge history.
Oh
If you haven't
my
seen his exit, then go check it out. I believe it was Rivals two or three, three.
god. Mhm.
He didn't drink the nasty juice and went home with nothing in the final.
Yeah, that was disgusting. I thought that was Battle of the Exes, no?
Battle of the X's or Rivals three. I can't remember which one.
Whatever one it was. I was never really a fan of Jay. I mean, I don't really have like a strong opinion. Like I don't like him and I don't like love him, so I'm kind of indifferent on him
Yeah,
too.
he didn't really like ruffle no feathers. I mean, him
Yeah.
and Jenna were teammates, and they got last place on dang near every challenge
Mhm.
essentially, and
Yeah.
just skated to the end. Everyone elimination. And that was it. And they
Yeah.
didn't even finish the final, thanks to Jay. But
We'll see what he can do this
yeah,
season.
we'll see. This is a redemption story. He needs this more than anybody, I think.
Yeah.
He had the worst exit, and he ain't been back since,
Yeah.
coach. So he been, sticking his leg out on the side of the road for somebody to pick him up for a long time, and they finally stopped. Um, and then we get the trio: Veronica, Rachel, and Tina together. They were on many seasons early in the day. I like seeing all three of them. I was hoping we get
Yeah,
an all-star season with all three of them. I forget
that's
their
true.
nickname. The Mean Girls, I think that's what they call themselves.
Oh, I don't even remember. What do you think about Veronica?
Look, she's a great narrator and commentator, but
Hmm.
I think she doesn't come on these to win. She just comes literally, she said, for a vacation. And that's fine, I guess, but it kind of like somebody else could have used that spot, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Uh,
I don't like when they don't try. I mean, maybe she is trying really hard, but it's just
I,
not showing.
the only way she would ever win is if it was partners and her partner was like, you know,
Like
Superman.
Jordan.
Yeah, like Jordan or something,
Mm,
then she could win. But it's like it's hopeless. Individual, it's hopeless for her. Like there's
yeah,
some people who I have a small little box of people who I think could possibly win the show, and everyone else is kind of like side quests and
yeah.
subplot characters who have a small chance, but it's not like for the girls. I'd say the only people I realistically see winning is Rachel, Cara, Laurel, Cam. I guess Nicole could too,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it. Yeah, out of them five.
I agree
Yeah,
with that.
just one of them five, and then everyone else like Avery and Jasmine and etc. I think everyone and Tina, they're all kind of just side characters. And you got characters that know for a fact they won't win, like Veronica. And
Hmm.
I like Veronica being there just because of like the nostalgia feeling, but I
Yeah,
just wish she kind of took it more serious.
me too. I feel that. Oh, Veronica.
Oh, Veronica, stay off the wine. Um, and so, yeah, soon, Cam says she just had a C-section, which is crazy.
Yeah, she's a beast. Okay, Cam. Killer
What you think
Cam.
about that? She coming back after that? I mean, how do you, I'm sure you've talked to some women who have experience with C-section. How
Oh,
was
yeah.
the recovery?
It's literally traumatizing. I mean, even with my mom had a C-section with me and her stitches bursted open like right after giving birth. So it's a lot. I mean, you're getting ripped up, surgery done on you. So recovery is a long process. So the fact that she's back doing such an intense challenge is crazy. So I give props to her and she killed it in the first competition. So I'm proud of her. And I think she'll always be Killer Cam. She's great at elimination. She's good at competing. So I don't think she'll have an issue with this season at all, honestly. But
Yeah,
it's extra impressive that she just had a C-section too. Because I'm like, all right, you go, girl.
no, it was crazy. I'm like, Jesus, like that's she's
Mhm.
breastfeeding and had a C-section. I'm like,
Yeah, moms are strong. I love that. Shout out Cam.
facts. Shout out Cam. Shout out Killer Cam. Well, we get to the first challenge, and basically the challenge isn't anything super complicated. They got to pick up these stars, put them in the right pegs. It's like they said, gassers running back and forth, and looks like 100-degree heat. Nothing too crazy goes on during the challenge. Like it's hard per se. What do you think about the challenge overall?
I mean, I thought it was kind of whatever. I don't think it really showed people's like strengths. It's more just like if you had like the endurance, because I forget who said in the confessional, but they were like, it's like doing suicides back and forth. So I'm like, yeah, I can see that. And it's hot. So I feel like everyone kind of reacts differently in the heat. So I mean, I thought it was a whatever challenge. It wasn't like a challenge where I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. So I mean,
Yeah,
it was whatever. I think a good first challenge, I guess, just to see where
that was fine. It
yeah.
was endurance based, which usually they are the first one, and then that kind of sets up to see who's really in shape and whatnot. It's kind of
Yeah.
just like a first test. It's like, oh, who's been working out? So
Hmm.
that's what I took from it. And
Yeah.
Kara gets first place.
I was not surprised at
Not
all.
surprised.
Mhm,
Kara gets first. Brad gets first for the guys.
mhm.
Adam gets second for the guys. Brandon gets third for the guys, which is surprising to me. And
Yeah,
Adam is a really good competitor, I will say. Adam, back in the day, I used to watch the seasons. He was getting first place a lot. Like he was
mm,
coming through. So I don't know why he stopped doing the shows,
I don't know.
but
But, like,
sometimes I
he
stop calling
he
for
said
people.
that he was even surprised, and I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "Good for you." I was not expecting that at all. I thought, like, honestly, like, Leroy would have been in the top 3 or something like that, so I think the guys was kinda shocking to me. And then
Yeah.
Avery, was she 2nd? I think she was.
Yeah, she got second. She got
Yeah,
second.
I was shocked about that too, not gonna lie. I
Well,
was like,
she's in good shape. She's a Hooters
"Yeah,
girl. You know that?
yeah." She's a what?
She's a Hooters girl.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Good for her. That honestly, yeah, I mean, I guess I can see her having that endurance. Like she's small, so I don't know more about her strength, but her endurance, I feel like she could be a runner for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, the three most, I guess, endurance based girls, I think, got one, two, and three. I mean, I can't think of anyone who didn't do maybe Laurel, but I don't think running is her strong suit.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, Kara's in the best. Kara and Rachel are the best shape in there by
yeah,
far.
for sure.
So they better get top three. And yes,
I
Leroy
hope
was very
so.
disappointing, brother. Very disappointing. Get
I
yourself
was
together.
so sad. Like, I'm like, come on, Leroy. This is like your redemption. You're back out of retirement. I don't know what happened with him.
He wasn't. Leroy had a history, as you know, of not like thinking sometimes.
Hmm.
So I think Cam is always like her being with the seasons with him helps him with that. And that's
For
his
sure.
weakness, I think.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, it was putting trying or stars in a peg, and you just got to
Mhm.
just measure out the pegs with your hands, as we saw people doing. And it's like it
Yeah,
doesn't look like rocket science, but
no.
also you have to be in somewhat decent shape unless you're going to be walking the whole time up and down like Veronica was
Mhm.
starting from the beginning. So I
I
don't know.
It was a shame, honestly. I'm like, "We know you can do better, Leroy." But, I
Oh,
mean,
Leroy.
I guess it just wasn't his day.
Yeah, it was not, and you lose a challenge like that is not a good omen. But we get the losing group, which is four guys and four girls, which is Tina, Veronica, Flora, Jasmine, Leroy, Derek, Tyree, and Steve.
Steve,
The hand model.
with the nice
I
hands.
like Steve though. I like Steve. He's funny. He's
He's
funny.
cool. He's good entertainment, I will say.
Yeah, no,
He
he's
brings
a
good
nice
vibes.
breakup. He's a
Mhm,
character you don't see too often. Like kind of just like you see them in real life more so, but never they put on TV. That kind of
yeah.
person.
I feel like he's just here like, he's here to compete, but he's also, like, fun with it. Like, he's just like a personality, so he's
Yeah,
cool.
he ain't taking nothing too crazy, too serious.
Mhm.
So then they have the middle group go back to the house, and the middle group is basically the group that decides who to vote out, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's different.
It is different. That's a new format.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I feel like if you win I mean, obviously, if you win, you get the stars, so that's cool, but
That's
also,
just for the
like
first mission, though. Like if
yeah,
you win the other missions, I mean, I guess you're safe,
I
but
yeah, I just feel like they should also have a say, like, what?
yeah, they
No.
won.
Yeah, like, the middle group didn't do anything for that to win, so I don't know how I feel about that. It's interesting, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's interesting. I think they'll switch it up for sure because then
Mhm.
it's like sometimes it benefits you to get a certain place, so you're gonna let someone else win, which kind of ruins, I quote unquote, the integrity of the challenge, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's I don't know. It's a weird format.
yeah, we'll
But
see how that goes.
yeah, they get in there, they get back to the house, and Cam's like saying, "Don't nobody vote for Leroy." Don't vote. I'm like, I mean, they are saying like, look, you vote for him, you're gonna be on her bad side too.
Mhm.
But there's a way. I think she should say it in a way to where it's not too like you better not vote for him settings.
Yeah. I mean, I don't expect anything less. Like, obviously, if I was in her situation, I'd do the same. But I feel like it also is kind of like an unspoken thing that like people aren't gonna vote for Leroy anyways. Like, as unfortunate as it is for people who don't have as many connections in the game, like if you have connections, like you're safe. It's also like a social game at the end of the day. So, I mean, I don't think anyone was gonna vote for Leroy. I mean, except for I think someone did.
There's a few people that voted for him.
A few people, but I think majority, no one was really gonna vote for him.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
it's all relationships at this point, and I guess the people who have been. It seems like the people honestly who've been on the least amount of shows are the ones that's going to get targeted first in this
yeah,
kind of format, just because
for sure.
people from the shows. Not too many people kick it outside the shows like that. I mean,
Which I don't know how I mean, you gotta mingle and stuff, but I'm like, like what's his name? Keefla, like I don't want him to, go in. Like I like him. So I'm like, okay, like make connections so you don't get like chosen last and stuff like that. So I guess I mean it's a part of the game, so I guess it is what it
yeah,
is.
I think some people hold on to the relationships they had in the past too hard to where they aren't willing to make new ones. Like
Mhm.
Tina, Rachel, Veronica, like even Rachel. If she's smart, she would partner up with new people as well, not just stick with her old crew. Not that she shouldn't do that, but
Yeah.
it's like you got to make new friends, you got to make new connections, and those old ones aren't going to do anything good for you. Clearly, Veronica and Tina are going to get last place on every single challenge. And I love Tina.
Yeah.
I love Tina. She's hilarious,
Mhm.
but they're not going to help you win. They're going to have zero power in every single vote, and that's literally going to they're going to be an anchor to you. So
Mhm. Yeah, they need to be a little bit more open, but I
yeah,
mean,
just,
Janelle was kind of doing that though. Like she was talking with Nicole, like trying to make an alliance, like the first
yeah,
responders or whatever. So I
she
like that
didn't
she
get
was,
nobody there.
yeah, I like that she was kind of putting herself out there a little bit. But yeah, like Veronica and them, like you need to talk to more people, girl, or else you're gonna be screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. She got about 2 or 3 episodes in her. I'll give her three. I'll give her four. I'll give her four. Unless they decide to skate her on by and
I don't
she
know,
be the lead again.
maybe. I guess
Could
we'll see.
happen.
Hmm.
But yes, Tyree. And I think Tyree changed the spelling of his name, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
I think he did because I think it used to be spelled Tyree. Now it's Tyri. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't spelled like that before. But side note.
Interesting. Okay.
But yes, Tyree and Steve get nominated. Not big surprise.
Mhm.
Tyree's pissed off. He says it's about the relationship factor. Haven't voted him in. He accepts it, but he doesn't have to be happy about it.
Yeah.
Tyree shouldn't be surprised at all right here. He doesn't really have connections with anyone here. He's been on the 2 seasons, I think. Got eliminated very early in both. Tyree, my brother, you just got to do better. You got to do better, coach.
Oh, Tyree. Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone was surprised. He wasn't surprised himself. So, I mean,
Ah,
sorry.
I mean, his name is Tyree First Boot.
Mhm.
And I
So
hate to see
sad.
it, man. I hate to see it, man.
Mhm.
But yeah, they do that. Then it's time to get to the elimination. So they get to the elimination, and basically, you watch Big Brother,
Of course.
so it's like OTEV. It's kind of
Mhm.
like the OTEV competition.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's what it reminded me of. They got all these balls, and they got the stars coming out,
Mhm.
and Tyree goes up to a big lead, but Steve, he that was pretty slick.
That
That was
was
pretty
strategic of
slick.
him, honestly, because I'm like, yeah, if you guys are both going for the same ball, obviously Tyree's gonna get it first because he's, stronger, bigger, whatever. So the fact that he was like hoarding those balls to himself, I'm like, all right, that's actually pretty smart. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted Tyree to win. I'm not gonna lie, but so when I saw like Steve catching up, I was like, oh, he's gonna win for sure. And you can also kind of tell too in the confessionals the way they edit it, like who's gonna win. Like I think it was Brandon. He was talking about. He's like, yeah, like what's his name? Tyree is doing such a great job. Like I see him winning this whole thing. Obviously, he's not gonna win if they're putting it in the confessional. So it's like the way they edit, I can always like pick up certain things, and I'm like, all right, well, he's not winning, so
Yeah,
you be more clever with that.
exactly. They just I don't know. They have the character. They give it away too much,
Hmm.
And sometimes the demeanor of the people, Tyree and Steve, the people completing themselves, kind of I couldn't tell with them too for the most part, but yeah, like
Yeah.
you can kind of sense it a little bit to that
Hmm.
point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would have thought of that off the rip.
Hoarding the balls.
Yeah, I just think I would probably be too concerned about, oh, what if they come over here? But I
Mm-hmm.
don't that was brilliant. I mean, I think the only other strategy I probably would have did is if I see a star ball, throw it near my thing,
Mm-hmm.
leave it, let it sit there, and then I'll come back and get it once I got the rest.
Yeah. I
But
don't even know what my strategy would have been. I think Steve did a really good job on that, honestly. So shout out Steve. But I feel like in that moment, you have like so many things like going through your head that you're just like, I don't know, like you're kind of like a deer in headlights just trying to figure it out. So I feel like it is tough in those certain situations. So the fact that like he picked up on a strategy because he realized what he was doing wasn't working was pretty impressive. So that's good for him.
hey, shout out Steve, man. Shout out. He was cracking me up at the end when he did his when he get the last ball in there. I was
I know.
dying.
He's like, I'm like, "Oh, poor Kyrie," but I mean, he deserved his win because he was so far behind too.
Yeah, Tyree
So
was like
I thought
5 balls ahead.
yeah, so it that just goes to show, like, no matter what challenge, like, it's really not over until it's over, so you never know what to expect in these type of eliminations.
That's facts. That's facts. Well, yeah, he wins. Tyree goes home first again, and I don't think we'll see him back anytime soon.
No.
That's what TJ says.
I don't know if we'll
And
ever see him again.
yeah, R.I.P. Tyree, man. So
But
I
I
hate that
will
a brother got
say
to go out first.
one thing I love about TJ is like he shows so much respect to the players. Like he was like, I really hope that we see you again in the future. Like you can just tell that he really respects these players. I'm like, oh, that's cute. I'm like, I love TJ. I want to be his friend.
I do too, man. TJ, come to the podcast.
Yeah, come on.
I'm gonna find him at one of these events I go to, hopefully.
Yeah, you should
Um,
have him for sure.
but yeah, brothers took a hit this episode, man. First one out, and then the first one to get his star took. So Steve takes Brandon's star, so a double whammy. It ain't looking
Hmm.
too good out here.
R.I.P.
um, so yeah, so then that's end of episode 1. So we get into episode 2,
Hmm.
and this little storyline that they got with Nicole and Laura, I'm already tired. I'm already ready to fall asleep. I'm already over it. I'm already kind of
Been over
let's move
it.
on to the next page. Like
Hmm.
we
It's
get
just
this. Y'all don't like each other.
it's just so clear that like there's still feelings there, and it's like you're acting like you guys are like 12 years old, like pretending you guys don't have feelings, like the bickering and just like everything like that. I'm like, I'm tired of this. Just like ignore each other, don't talk. You don't have to like say anything to each other. Let's just drop it because the storyline is crazy. I'm over it too.
I think it's fake. I think they're really like they probably
You
don't
think-
like each other, but they're talking. There's no way that they're just like that whole kitchen scene. Nicole
Yeah,
was at one counter, walked back to the other counter, didn't pick up nothing, walked back to the other counter. I'm like, did they tell y'all to go do this?
yeah, that was so awkward. I'm like, I don't think that would actually happen. Like,
Nah, because
I
if you
don't
leave
know.
somebody, you're not. Oh, you in the kitchen? All right, let me go to the bathroom, or let me do something
Exactly.
else. You're
You
not
try
about to
to
just be.
yeah, you try to avoid each other at all costs. So, yeah, I don't know about that one, but the storyline overplayed.
Yeah, I
And
think it's
also when they showed that little fight between them, we didn't even see the beginning of
know
it,
what
like
it's about.
what
Just a
led to
random
it.
fight.
Yeah, so I'm like, can we have some more context on that or what's going on?
You know what I've heard a good comparison to that is
But
it's Tori and Jordan.
yeah, I
They're
can
like the
see
new
that for
Tori and
sure.
Jordan.
Yeah. I'm over the like dating storylines. Like if you're not together, okay, cool. If you're together, cool, whatever. But like it doesn't need to be this whole long dragged out thing.
Yeah,
So
unless it's something brand new, like
yeah.
brand new relationship, cool. I'm
Hmm.
down for the cause. But it's like y'all had this before years and years ago, and y'all trying to make something out of it when y'all know y'all don't not speak like that. Like I'm sure they
Yeah.
do talk. It just looks Captain Crunch to me.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, soon um we get to a cut to the pool where Kara is talking with Tina, Veronica, and Rachel
Hmm.
and talking about getting Avery star. She's an easy target. I don't. Kara really only has two allies in this game for real, and that's Leroy and Cam.
Hmm.
I think she's kind of by herself as well, so she needs to kind of stick with Avery, if anything.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, she doesn't have much. She doesn't have like a big group in this, which nobody really has a huge group except for the black folk. But
Hmm.
they can't work.
Period.
They can't work together,
Yeah.
so their shit's falling apart already.
Hmm.
Um, But yeah, I think
Like she's always been that way though, like a lone wolf, but she still ends up like winning. So I mean, I feel like she does, especially because like if you're going into elimination, obviously she's gonna win every like 9 times out of 10 is gonna win every elimination that she's in. So it's like she doesn't need that social like game too at the same time because it's like she can just win. So I mean, I don't even know who I would see her like in a big alliance with because she won't be getting along with a lot of people.
I mean, I thought she was cool with Laurel. I thought she was, but I don't know
I
personally.
don't know their relationship. I feel like they're like hot and cold. I don't know. I
Yeah,
see them like fighting and then I see them like being friendly. Like on the last challenge, like reunion, they were like talking a little bit. So I was like, I don't know what their status is.
yeah, I don't know. It's confusing. I'm
Yeah.
lost. I need a Google Map search to see which way to go because
Mhm.
it's all over the place right now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Kara has her little clique, very small, and
Mhm.
maybe she's with the Black Alliance.
Maybe. I don't
Supposedly.
know. I guess we're
I
gonna
don't
find
know.
out.
We'll find out. But yeah, they're talking about trying to get Avery Star, and it's like the funny thing Rachel said was like, "Oh, like I got to get Veronica and Tina Star next," and I was like, "Veronica or Rachel, come on now, let's
Yeah.
be serious."
She definitely, I think, needs to expand her horizon and start talking to more people because obviously Tina and Veronica are not gonna last long in the game. So then she's gonna be by herself. So I hope she makes some more connections. But I mean, why are you trying to get your friends to have a start? Like they need to earn it, you know? So
Exactly.
I don't
She's
know.
gonna. I feel like this is gonna. She's gonna get to the end, near the end, and she's like, "I have no friends. I have nobody," and cry in the corner about it when that's her own fault.
Do you think she would go down there and steal a star for one of them? Or do you think
No,
she would not? You said
no.
no.
I think she's just capping right now. I mean, look, she wants to have her friends there. Who doesn't want to have their friends there on a trip that they've been friends for 20 some years? I
Hmm.
get the whole friendship part, but come on, like, let's be logical. I mean, do you need the money? If you don't need the money, then it's like,
Yeah.
cool, save your friends, make good
Mhm.
TV. But she ain't making good TV.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna save her friends. What you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know about this one. I can see her, like, being alone in this game, like, pretty early on, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It already ain't looking good for her, and she's got a star from me. So,
Mhm.
but she can hold her own on anything. So that's the one thing that she does have is she can hold her own.
Yeah. For
Um, we see Cam talking to Jasmine about asking her history with Ayana, and
mm,
Jasmine telling her about the Ayana drama in season 2 All Stars, I believe, and how Ayana's kind of she pops off. But I like Ayana. I do like
really?
I like her.
I'm
She's
I
funny.
can't
If
say
without her,
she's great entertainment. I love that she brings, the drama, she brings good commentary, but, like, could I see myself, like, being in an alliance with her? Probably not, because she's messy.
I think she's the type of person where you just got to let them have what they have as long as they're not after you, then just kind of just bide by the side and let them get off that slick shit.
Mhm.
Um, she's I don't know, she's a lot. She can be a lot,
She's
but
too much for me, personally.
yeah, it's especially if you got to live with them. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
living with that can be God. Like I've lived with people kind of I feel like having kind of behaviors to an extent like that where they're
Mhm.
just uncombustible or combustible. I said
Mhm.
uncombustible. Fuck.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, she's great entertainment, so I'm like, I don't mind seeing her on my screen for a while, so it's fine.
I mean I've liked her all the way since she did Road Rules semester at sea with Veronica,
Mm.
and Veronica stole her paper. Check it out on YouTube.
I never saw that season. I think the only Road Rules season I saw was the Skeletons one, and then maybe the one before that. I forget. The one with that Corey was on too.
You mean Real World?
What'd I say? Road Rules?
Yeah,
Real World, yeah.
yeah. I she was they were on Road Rules, which is way back, and they go on
Yeah.
like a trip for like 12 weeks, I think.
Mhm.
So Veronica and her was on the same season, like initial season.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
so Veronica, they had I don't know, you know about the paper incident or no?
No.
So they were in school, they were in college doing this show, and so
Oh.
they both had an essay to write
Mhm.
about a similar topic. Apparently, Veronica plagiarized Ayana's paper, took it to the teacher. She stole basically her paper, and then they had this big argument about the paper and who did what. It's
Mm.
the funniest scene. You got to YouTube it. It's
I
hilarious.
feel like I need to watch it now.
It's funny as hell.
Mm.
Veronica clearly stole the paper, but it was just
Oh
funny
my
because she
god.
was lying. I just wish they kind of like showed that a little bit more.
Yeah. A little
They don't,
throwback scene.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they don't show that dynamic at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So then it's time for the next challenge, and TJ pulls up in a Winnebago. Shout out to the Winnebagos in the building. And basically, this challenge is they're in this car. They got to listen to these radio tunes about TJ saying, what was it?
Like
The
radio.
numbers.
Yeah, like the radio station numbers, and they had to do some math. It honestly was like pretty challenging. That's
It
a lot
wasn't.
of
I
stuff
liked
to
it.
remember. I liked that challenge. That was cool.
Yeah, and they were spinning around too at the same time. So they got
Yeah.
to like really concentrate. It
Mhm. Then
wasn't
you got to
too
build a
much.
puzzle afterwards, so it was a lot of different factors.
Yeah, no, I definitely like this one way more than the first. It
Mhm.
just adds more of an element to it to where it's not a crapshoot, but it's
Mhm.
also not something that for a fact Veronica couldn't win.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah, it was like a fair challenge. Like anyone had a chance to win. So that was
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So but uh, everyone did their thing and whatnot. And at the end, it was teams of four. And in the end, the teams. I mean, we could skip through the challenge because it wasn't anything like specific going down. Nobody
Mhm.
fell off the car, but Nicole, Laurel, Tony, and Jay won.
Mhm. Again,
Uh,
the bickering, they won, and then afterwards in their little confessional thing, they're bickering and acting like children. I'm like, "You guys just won. It wasn't like you lost and you're, like, trying to blame each other. Like, they literally won and they were still fighting." And I'm like, "Ugh, this is just too much right
it
now."
just looks fake to me. Like you guys literally stirred up that argument for no reason. It's just like, is that your way of getting camera time? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think low key it is. Like, you need a storyline, and I think that unfortunately is theirs. Because like, what
I mean,
else do they bring besides that drama,
I mean,
you know?
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like in the Mivs or whatever, they're like, okay, they're asking them the questions all the time about, and they're asking Nicole about Laurel, and Laurel about Nicole, and they know they've been on these shows before, so they know kind of like what their job is at this point.
Yeah,
Okay, like
exactly. Mhm.
that's the role y'all playing, and we're gonna play it up. But it's like, come on, y'all, like
Mhm.
we
It's
get
just a
it.
little too much.
Yeah, and it's just like you guys won, so like
Mhm.
it just kind of like is ruining the show a little bit for
Yeah,
me.
I
Just that
agree.
section.
Mhm.
Um, and then the whole randomized team. I think it's ironic that
It
they.
was
And
not randomized.
that's what they said.
Mhm.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, I
that
don't
they're
believe
on
the
a
random.
team, and then what? Cam and Leroy were also on the same team, right? I'm pretty sure. So it's like, yeah, how interesting. Hmm.
Yeah, nah, I think that's a lot of Captain Crunch as well. There's a lot of cereal going around this episode. Um, so
For
yeah, I don't believe it was that random. I mean, also, it, it, look, they can't have Laurel and Nicole out this early in the season. All right, they
real.
need them to. So it's like,
Mhm.
look, y'all gonna be on the same team. Y'all have a good chance of winning. Take care of business, and we can move on. Because
Yeah.
it's girls' elimination day. You can't. If they imagine if they lost, they would have to go against. Most likely, probably go against each other.
Mhm.
And there's one of the big storylines is gone.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
mm,
Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, Cam, they soon get back to the house and they go out and whatnot. And Cam talks to Laurel about going against Nicole because they can actually, since they won, they can choose to go down there if they want.
yeah.
But Laurel's not really like giving a solid like, yeah, I go down there against her. She's kind
Mhm.
of just being real coy, real laid back about it. Like, yeah, I go against, I'd smash somebody's head, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you mean accent? You smash accent's head,
Yeah.
and
I I don't see them ever like wanting to go down there themselves to go against each other. Like
um,
I think that's a little extra and just kind of weird for people to assume that that's what they would do. Like if it happens, but I don't think they would choose themselves to go head
oh
to
no,
head.
no,
So, I don't
they're
know.
trying to pull one over on us.
Mhm.
I mean, they got that Stockholm syndrome. That's what they call it. So it's
Yeah.
crazy settings that they're on right now, and
Mhm.
Laurel's acting like a psycho, literally.
Yeah, she's crazy.
But I like the Cams planting seeds. So then we get Ayana,
Mm,
and she says because it's between Ayana, no, it's between Janelle, Tina, and Jasmine who's gonna go in the elimination.
mhm.
And Janelle, she says everyone vote for me because I'm fine with going against either one. But so who are you? Whose side are you on this whole little predicament?
I'm on Janelle's. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm sure you're team Ayana.
I'm and I'm bipartisan for both, but I see reasons for both.
All right, let me hear
Because
your reasons.
okay, well, Janelle did say, "Hey, everyone vote for me and whatnot."
Mhm,
I'm pretty sure, remember she said this. I'm pretty sure that it's gonna end up being Jasmine anyways. She
mm,
did say that. So
mhm,
that's maybe her low-key inferring that, hey, I know it's gonna be Jasmine, so I'm gonna go against Jasmine. I had to go back and rewatch that part. I didn't catch it the first time, but I caught it the second time.
mm.
And I was like, oh, so I mean indirectly, you know? It's like
Okay, I
the
can
person
see
you think
that.
that's gonna get voted in, you can kind of just say that. You say that at the side, but you're not directly saying, hey, I want to go against this person.
Yeah, she was, like,
Rihanna,
implying that.
she
Mhm,
caught that. She
mhm,
caught that, and I think that's kind of what subdued her to kind of say those things. Because I don't like Jasmine either, so she really shouldn't care. I
mhm.
think she's adding extra fluff to the cushion because that's she likes to see that, and she likes to see
Yeah,
people fluster. I mean, same with the Salad Gate incident.
mhm.
She like to see people just get on edge, and so I think that's the case for her. Looking both sides, Janelle, of course, I think she came at her crazy, and even Janelle said that she wanted to try and work with her and
Mhm.
put things in the past, but Ayana's gets forgive not forget, and that's what time she was on. So I don't think it's 100% on Ayana as well. Is I don't think Janelle probably wouldn't have even got voted in. I don't think she would have.
No, I don't think so either.
So like, why Cam's not voting for you? Leroy's not voting for you. Cam Carr's not voting for you. Uh, People from that did All Stars previously aren't voting for you. Like Brad's not voting for you. Ace isn't voting for you. There's a whole bunch of people not voting for you. So why would you volunteer? Because you won't want to put people in a bad spot.
Mhm. Sometimes I feel like people wanna vote themselves in because they really don't wanna be there, and they're like, "I wanna go home." I feel like they're kinda sentencing themselves to, like, a death wish, so, I don't know, it kinda seemed like well, I'm sure we'll talk about this in a second, but, like, I just don't think she really wanted to be there, so that was kind of her excuse, like, "Just throw me in, and I'll if I win, I win." But I don't know. I think Ayana did a little too much to the fact, like, too ear like, cool if you do that, like, mid-season, whatever, but I think it was just a little too early in the game to, like, start the drama like that. But, I mean, it's Ayana, so I'm not surprised. But I thought it was a little unnecessary. I'm like, even Janelle was saying she wanted to work with you, so I'm like, "Girl, like, work with her. Like, you don't have to be best friends, but, like, have the numbers at least in the beginning, and then you can kinda screw her over if you want." So, I don't know.
Maybe she thought she was just trying to pull a fast one on people, and she doesn't like people getting away with things in general, just people in general, not
Mhm.
really specifically Janelle. But like, if anybody tried to say do something like that, I think she would have tried to do that anyways.
Mhm.
And she like, I mean, just me. I mean, it's funny as hell.
She's great TV. I have to give her that, like, I'm sure production loves her. So, I mean, I did feel bad though when she was like, she's just crying when Janelle was crying. She's like, she's just crying to like manipulate people. But I'm like, you're manipulating this situation. So I'm like, you're doing the same thing. So I don't know. I'm not a fan, but
I
it
mean, I
is
thought it was
what it is.
hilarious. She was doing a dance and walking up the stairs.
Yeah, that
That
so
was
extra. I can't.
I was crying. That was my favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
She was laughing the whole time. Like it was, she's like,
She did
plan's
not care.
working.
Yeah, she did not care at all.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, she definitely sets it up and runs with it. And it's like I don't want to see two sisters going at it. I mean, there's
Yeah,
going at it like that too. That's the part I don't like to see because
me
it's
too.
like Tyree already went out. Now it's either between Tina, Jasmine, and Janelle. So
Mhm.
I don't like to see any of them go home,
Yeah.
but somebody has to. Out of all those three, I'd prefer Jasmine because I don't think she's bringing much as
Mhm.
of now. As of now,
As of now, yes. I agree.
but I do like Jasmine. I like her being there regardless.
Yeah, she's cool.
But I just want to see like the elimination per se. But yes,
Mhm.
we get to the next day, and then trying to strong arm Avery into voting her way. What would you do if you were Avery in that situation where it's like you're in one room with three other women and they're like coming at you like you
Oh,
don't have nobody else?
I would have done the same exact thing that she did. Like when it came to elimination, she ended up voting for Tina. So I'm like, I don't blame you. Like you're not going to bully me into voting for you because you don't want me to be on your bad side. Like it's my game and it's an individual game at the end of the day. So I mean, you're not looking out for like another partners and there's not a lot of like, I don't know, things going on like that. Like I don't like when people talk to other people like that. Like, oh, if you mess with me, like you're going to regret it type thing. I'm like let's just see for ourselves when it comes to competitions. Like if you beat me, cool, but you're not going to bully me into my vote. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I don't think Tina is in the position to be making threats.
No.
I mean, Avery's probably looking at her like, you got last place in both challenges. The first,
Yeah, exactly. Like why should I vote with you? I don't know.
yeah, Tina.
I didn't like that conversation.
Nah, I mean Tina's best gameplay and Veronica is just play political game, but you don't need to size people up and intimidate them. Just kind of play low key
Mhm.
and do what you got to do to kind of like get people just not to vote for you. That's your
Yeah.
best bet, you know.
Instead of saying like you're going to be on my bad side, be like, okay, like I won't vote you in for these next couple eliminations if you don't vote me, like type thing. You don't need to like, don't vote me or else you're going to be in big trouble. So it's like she could have went about it a whole different way, and I think maybe it could have even like went her way if she talked to her a different type of way. I don't know.
And the thing is, like Avery's one vote didn't even matter.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I don't know why they pressed so hard on her.
yeah, I don't know. It was interesting per
Hmm.
se, but
I felt kind of bad for Avery.
yeah, no, I felt bad for Avery too.
Oh,
She didn't deserve all that. I mean, she just trying, like she said, she has no one there pretty much,
yeah.
and
And especially like in situations like that when you don't have other people or like alliance to lean on, it's tough and it's kind of it's sad because you don't have like someone like your ride or die that you can count on, and you see everyone else have all these like relationships. Like it can definitely get lonely. So that sucks that she doesn't really have anyone like that.
yeah, she is nobody from her real world Portland season, and she only did two or three challenges total. So she's probably the least, as long along with Kefla and what's her name, Flora, are least
Mm,
insulated people in the whole cast. I mean, everyone
yeah.
else has done seasons with has season somebody from the season in there with them, or has
Hmm.
done a few seasons in the past or a prior All Star season. She's one of the few people on this whole entire show that hasn't done All Stars before. I think it's just her, Kefla, Flora, Nicole,
Mm,
Rachel. I think yeah, Rachel hasn't done All Stars, and
hmm.
then that's it. I think I could
Yeah.
be missing
And
some.
those
Maybe it's
people
Leroy
should make
Graham, but yeah.
Yeah, those people should make their own alliance then, like that don't have other people. I don't know why they aren't doing that yet. I don't know if they will, but
I don't know. I don't
mm,
know. But yeah, then we get to the voting and they finally vote and they end up voting Tina and Janelle.
mm,
No, yes, duh,
yeah.
Janelle voted,
Mhm.
volunteered. But then Janelle's like she's over it, she's pissed off. So, but during the vote, which was funny because Ayana was giving this long,
Oh
drawn
my
out speech.
god. Even I was annoyed. I'm like, hurry up.
I thought it
What are
was
you trying to
funny.
say? Oh my gosh.
I mean,
It
being there, yes, I would have been like, okay, what the hell's going on? Like, you don't have your phones to distract you. You don't have anything else. You're just kind of just sitting there listening to someone jabber.
mhm.
Eh, and she didn't even know what the hell she was. I don't even know if she remembered what she was talking about. She probably got lost.
I don't know what she was talking about. She was like, "Yeah, well, I'm not gonna vote Jasmine, and I'm not gonna vote Tina." But then she voted Jasmine, and I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like, That's why when Leroy got all upset, I'm like, "Yeah," I'm like, "I agree with Leroy because she just said she was gonna vote Jasmine, so I'm confused."
Yeah,
Like,
no,
what's going
he
on?
was fed up. He was fed up. I understand how he felt because it's like when somebody's there, like sitting in your house or sitting next to you at dinner or whatever, and they just talking, and you're just trying to like, eat your food.
Yeah, just like shut up.
Yeah, you're just like, can you shut up? Or you're
Mm,
trying to watch a show and they just keep talking in the movies on
yeah,
every single thing. I'm like, yo,
that's the worst.
I'm just like, yo, get me out of here. So Leroy I mean, he's like, look, I came here to get away from the crying baby all the time, and now I got another one, except the grown adult version, just yapping.
Yeah. He's honestly the last person I thought that would like get up and like leave like that though. Usually I feel like he's like very like chill, calm. And so when he gets a little feisty, I'm like, oh, okay, different side of Leroy because you don't really see that often. But
Yeah,
I don't blame
yeah, that was interesting to see him do that. I mean,
him.
brothers and sisters fighting the whole show. They making the show now. They're making the show interesting and entertaining.
Shout out
Without
black
them, it'd be
people.
boring. Exactly. Without them, it'd be boring. We just be stuck with Laurel and Nicole.
Yeah, oh my God. I'm glad we're not having to deal with all that.
Because Lord knows Ace and Brad ain't doing nothing for us.
Right?
So, but yeah, soon Janelle's upset. She feels like, attacked, and she ends up quitting the game. How you feel about Janelle quitting?
I hate it. It's like so many other people are probably dying to be on this season and you're just like giving up like that. Like, I don't know. You fly all the way to South Africa. It's like it's crazy to me. And it's like you're taking away an opportunity from someone else. And it's also like if you don't like her, one, ignore her, two, beat her in elimination, send her home. Like you don't need to quit. And I get, if it's about your mental health and whatever, but it's like there's also other things you can do, like just ignore her in the house or like things like that. So I mean, if it's best for her mental health to go, whatever. But it's like if something was going to trigger you so easily, like it was just like a little rumor thing. It's not like anything physical happened or anything crazy like that. Like it can easily be annoyed. I mean, ignored. So it's just like I don't know. I was disappointed that she quit because I'm like I don't like a quitter. Just like TJ.
Yeah, I was disappointed too. I was thinking the same thing. I mean, it's not like you're doing a competition or a challenge in the Caribbean or
Hmm.
something like that. You're all the way in Africa, and
Yeah,
you're gonna let one other person mess up your whole experience and
it's
cause you to
crazy.
leave. 'Cause Janelle's one of the people who I don't think she's a favorite to win, but if she gets to the end, she has a chance to win. She just has to get
Yeah,
there, and
exactly.
so I think she sold herself short.
Yeah, I also want people on the show who like actually want to win the money. Like I don't want people just on there for like some screen time or just like a little vacation. Like I want people like competing to actually win this money because that's what makes the show good. Like just people who like coast along or give up easily that I'm like, why are you even here? It just defeats the whole purpose. So I was
Yeah,
upset, honestly.
yeah, I was not cool with that because, like you said, a lot of people want to do the show, and they
Hmm.
get a nice, the trip to Africa too. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
Africa costs a minimum like $1,000 on the cheap end to get there from the States.
Oh yeah, minimum. And
Yeah,
it's like you get to stay in this nice house and it's a cool experience. Like not everyone gets to do that. So it just sucks when I feel like people take like advantage of it or don't like appreciate it.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, she gets out of there. I don't think we'll see her again. Sadly, I do like Janelle as
Mhm.
a competitor and whatnot, and as a person, but I just wish she would have. I I feel like for her case, she didn't have kind of a strong force in there to keep her grounded. Like her last All Star season, she had Darrell in there, so that
Mhm.
wasn't very well. So she had him in there. Maybe I don't think she would have quit.
Yeah.
She could have been talked out of it and saw the bigger picture of things, but she didn't have anybody in there that was holding her down like that. And
Yeah. That sucks. Like it's a shame, but it's also like, all right, if you want to go then just go. Like if you don't want to be here, it's fine.
yeah. So we get to the elimination. Well, before that, everyone says bye except Ayana, which was funny to me as well.
Classic. I was not surprised.
I ain't saying bye.
Yeah.
Oh, but yes, we get to the elimination, and Tina's down there. So I'm thinking initially that Tina's gonna get to pick someone to come down with her. That's what
Me
I thought
too.
was
Mhm.
gonna happen.
Me too.
But she gets a free handout, pass go, give me $200, and wins by default. And I wanted to see the elimination because the elimination was kind of like I don't know if you play video games on PS2, but like Grand Theft Auto. But it was kind of one of those things where it was like you got to memorize the codes. Like it was
Yeah,
X
you,
X X
mhm.
X X. Like I would have killed that because I had all to
You
memorize.
already know. Yeah.
Exactly. So it was like.
I know. I think I don't like that there's a default winner. Like you should either lose or you should win. Like they should have like bring in an alternate. Like if someone goes home, compete against them, or she should be able to choose someone. Because like now you get a star and you didn't even do anything. It's whack. But
I'd be pissed off because I'm like, look, if I was production and I set this whole thing up,
yeah,
and
right.
all that for nothing. Oh no, no,
Mhm.
no! I'd have been pissed off.
Yeah, it's
I'd have
kind
been
of
mad
lame.
'cause that setup. It looked like it was a lot to set up.
Do you think Laurel or Nicole should have gone down there and competed against her, or you think they were
No,
smart to not?
no, there was no point. I think that's kind of one of the crapshoot challenges to where you can't tell who's gonna win, and so
Yeah,
if they went down there, they could have lost easily
yeah,
because
for
you don't
sure.
know who's good at this kind of thing. I think if it was something physical, then 100% they would have went down there,
Yeah,
but they saw this contraption. They're like, nah.
they're like, nah, I'll pass.
So I don't blame them. There's no incentive this early to go down there, anyways. Plus,
Hmm.
production didn't want them to go down, I'm sure,
Yeah,
too, because
exactly.
there's Star Childs. They're trying to make Star Childs at least,
Hmm.
and they're like, nah, y'all sit this one out. So Tina got her moment, and that was the end of. Oh, she takes Avery Star too, which doesn't
Hmm.
really. The stars don't really mean much right now. Like the stars are
Yeah.
kind of irrelevant. It's too early, so anybody could get SR anytime they want. So it doesn't really mean much. But yeah, she takes
Wait, hold
Avery
on.
Star.
Can we pause this?
Yeah.
Sorry,
All right, technical difficulties. We'll be back.
we're going.
Somebody lights got shut off because they didn't pay the bill. You
Oops.
good out there?
We Gucci. We Gucci.
Somebody sent her some money to pay her bills. All right.
Hey, I'll take some free money. Thank
See
you.
her lights going out. She need help. But that's the end of the episode 2. We get a sneak peek to episode 3, and we see one thing I do remember is Jasmine going off on Ayana, which was funny, and then somebody new is getting brought in. We'll
Yes. Who do
see
you
who
think it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be?
be. I don't. I mean, who I wish it would be.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it would be somebody like Beth. I think that would be
Mm-hmm.
hilarious. With
Mm.
Tina and Veronica there. I mean, I feel bad for Beth in that point because she get bullied, but it would be funny.
Yeah, I
What
don't
about
know
you? Who
who
would
it is.
you want to come in, or who do you think?
I don't even know who I'd want. I don't know. Honestly, it's like
I'd
one
say
of my
somebody.
favorite is Cam. So and she's already there. I don't know who I'd want. Honestly, someone from the old days to kind of spice things up, I think.
Yeah, as long as it's someone who I think has a story arc prior to somebody else in the past, like if it's like I said, Beth with Tina and Veronica, or even Katie, which I doubt she would show up,
Hmm.
or what's it, Abram? That would be crazy because Abram and Ace, not Ace, Abram and what's his name, Adam got in a big fight way
Hmm.
back in the day. So I think somebody like that would be good. But if they just bring somebody in who has no ties pretty much to anyone, that'll be kind of weird. But I think they'll bring someone in from a prior All Star season just because they're probably on call.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's gonna be a girl, but I would love to see like Darrell. I'm a Darrell stan, so it would be cool if he was there.
Yeah, I don't think I doubt he's coming though. 'Cause
Mm.
he would have been started out. They wouldn't have made Darrell an alternate like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So
That's
somebody
my
important, but not that important. They wanted to start out the season with.
yeah. Very true. Very true.
But yeah, y'all, that's episode All Stars episodes 1 and 2. We actually
Hmm.
made great time.
Yeah.
Every other episode is coming out by itself. This is only two section part. Season's
Hmm.
great so far. It's popping off. Brothers and sisters falling out left and right. It's
It's a
not looking
shame.
good.
Mm, it's such a shame.
We'll see if they can get it together or if it's gonna be continued casualties like we back in the 50s, 60s, and the marches and whatnot. But you gotta hang on, That's all I gotta say. I'd
Excited for
say
the season. I
would no go ahead.
I saw what was it, Laurel like yelling at Kara. So I'm like, all right, we already know some more stuff's about to go down. So I'm excited to see what's popping.
Yeah. Who did you at this point think is gonna win? Who's in your leaderboard for the men and the women?
I can
I said like
see,
top two people on each side.
I mean, honestly, like Kara for girls, and I think Brad for guys. Brad's a beast. I mean, he doesn't really contribute much, but he's really athletic, and I think he can hold it down. I would love Kifla to win, and obviously Leroy, but I can see Brad winning. Honestly, What about you?
I think for the girls, I think the best spot is honestly the person who has no enemies on the show is Laurel. She has zero enemies. Nobody
Mhm.
hates except Nicole. Like, but
Yeah.
I don't think they're enemies. So I think they're just playing the part.
Hmm.
But no enemies. Nobody wants to go against her. Even I don't think Rachel wants to go against her. And then on the guys, I'd say Adam. People
Okay.
don't know him. People don't
Hmm.
really have a reason to come for him, I think.
Hmm.
Now, I think he can hold his own against anyone, and he did well on the challenge. So that's what I see. I would hope. I don't even know who I want to win. Like,
Hmm.
there's nobody I'm like deeply rooting for on this whole show. I mean, Cam.
Yeah.
I want Cam to win. Like, that's who I
Mhm.
want to win.
Me too.
I hope she can come through. But on the guy side, there's nobody I'm really like. Oh, that's like I'm rooting so hard for them. I
Mhm.
guess. I guess Kefla, but I'm not. Like, I don't know him like that. So
Yeah. I guess we'll
we'll see.
see. Yeah.
We'll see. But anyways, y'all, appreciate y'all coming through, man. This is the we'll call this the overview or underview or the
Yeah.
interview or whatever we gonna call it. The view. We just call
We'll
it the view,
figure it out.
the real view. I haven't come up with a name yet, but we'll come up with a name. Episode 1 and 2 for the challenge recap.
Hmm.
All stars per se. I said that in the wrong way, but no worries. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, DeAndre Way, and also follow Bree Dots on Instagram, man. She got some hot things coming out all the time, and she got exclusivity on a whole bunch of cool things she's going to.
Ooh, ooh.
It's
Follow
gonna
me
make
for
you
the tea.
jealous. You gonna see the T, all right. But
Hmm.
till next time, y'all. Appreciate it. We out here. We'll see you next week for episode 3.
Bye, guys.